Advised.
I am the product of a single parent. I went to medical school. I am the single mother here. So you're saying that I'm raising strippers with my daughters?
The doctors take an in-depth look at sex in America.
What you're saying doesn't make any sense. If the pregnancies have gone through the roof, wouldn't you want free birth control?
Do not contradict me and then confuse the facts.
The issues.
Now I'm 15 and pregnant.
You're 15 years old and you're pregnant?
The outcomes.
Don't blame this all on the media. Take some responsibility.
And this.
I actually cannot believe what just happened. I was just called a narcissist because I have the desire to adopt a child and I'm a single female.
And all new The Doctors. In-depth sex in America.
So, who wants to talk about sex today, huh? You do? Ladies, you ready? We've talked about it before, but never quite like this. It's the in-depth look at sex in America. If you do have little ones around, now would be the time. Send them out of the room, because what we've uncovered, it's eye-opening, controversial, and downright shocking.
Tonight, we have an exclusive look at the troubling trend of local teenagers taking part in, of all things, sex parties.
When I was 15, I had a threesome with 2 girls.
Just dish out.
We analyzed data from 5 metro counties tracking youth STD rates from as young as 13 to 24, finding record level or near record level jumps across the board.
A story that might make you think twice about what you let your kids watch on TV.
Teens who watch the raciest shows were twice as likely to become pregnant than those who didn't.
1 in 3 American marriages is sexless.
Sex is very important to older Americans.
And what might surprise you is that they're having it more frequently than you might think.
I think my sex drive is stronger than my husband's.
I have a good sex drive.
So, Drew, we kept you up here to talk about senior sex.
That's why I'm here. I'm here for a lot more than that, let me tell you.
Today's show is all about this. Sex can be very healthy. Sex can be very dangerous. But regardless, it's definitely a provocative topic. And to help us tackle it today, we have a special guest who's known for getting people riled up with her outspoken and downright shocking opinions.
Oh yeah, I definitely know how to rile up liberals. It's almost a gift. I find it a little baffling when Americans get so gaga-eyed over a princess, and particularly Lady Di, who is just, this anorexic, bulimic narcissist. Single motherhood is responsible for most of our social problems, including girls running away to be strippers.
Please welcome Ann to the show. Thanks for being here with us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
So Ann, you're on for a reason. We're going to be talking about a lot of hot button topics, particularly when it comes to sex. And I know that you have some rather controversial opinions on the matter.
I don't think they're particularly controversial.
Well, let's just throw that single mother comment there. I am the single mother here. So you're saying that I'm raising strippers with my daughters?
So let's get to that in a minute.
Depends if you have a stripping pole at home or not. Maybe.
Good exercise.
Okay, hold on. Oh, break! We're about to get to it. But first, let's get to our first topic. Let's talk about the word slut. That word is definitely inflammatory. And when I heard about something called a slut walk, I was absolutely shocked. So let's take a look.
Thousands of protesters rallied outside the Toronto police headquarters after a policeman told women not to dress like sluts in order to avoid attacks.
So here we have a satirical view.
These slut walks are organized protests against the belief that any aspect of a woman's appearance might explain or excuse rape. Christine Fletcher's helping organize the Grand Rapids Walk. The point here is no matter how a woman flaunts her sexuality, no means no.
There's not one instance where you can say, oh, if you go do this, you're going to get raped, so just don't do that. or, you know, don't wear this or you're going to get raped, so just don't do that. It happens to the old, it happens to the young, it happens to men, it happens to women. It's one of those things you never know.
So this was an inflammatory response to a horrible thing that an actual, public servant, a policeman, said to women, was that, the reason basically they were getting raped was because they were dressing provocatively. And obviously that's not true, so that's what sparked this to happen.
I don't know that that's not true, actually, Dr. Lisa. I think that...
Wait. Okay, you're saying that the way a woman dresses, that actually should provoke her to get raped?
I'm not saying it should, but the behavior that you're engaging in is inviting danger.
No, that's where you're
inviting danger.
That's where you're dehumanizing women. That's where you're dehumanizing women, because a woman, Jillian, should be able to dress any way she wants to.
I completely understand what you're saying, but when women do
that,
thank you.
Something comes with the turf.
It's one thing to say that we're not saying a woman brings it on herself, but why would you want to celebrate sluttishness? I'm all for dressing provocatively, but sluttishly, and they're bragging about it?
It's irony, okay? What they're trying to do is they're trying to be ironic, and they're trying to make something funny that is a negative epithet.
Celebrating women's sexual freedom and also protecting them.
Are they imagining that there's a potential rapist out there who sees women walking by with signs saying sluts and says to himself, I didn't realize I couldn't rape a woman because she was dressed provocatively. Well, now I know. I don't really see what the point is.
Well, the point, they're just taking the point a little wrong direction. I agree with you on that. But some of the things I don't agree with you is when you bring up single moms. And so single mothers, you have sort of equated that to bad mothers. And you've even written a book about that, correct?
It's a big part of my last book, Guilty, and actually it's figuring in my book about moms, the current one, Demonic. The point is, can single moms be good dads? And they cannot.
Absolutely, we can.
And so the best.
But why would they want to be good dads?
Whoa. Stop for a minute. The research is very clear here, Anne.
Yes, it is.
It says one stable, good parent is better than two unstable parents.
That I completely agree.
But there's nothing that a man can provide. Research supports it that a mother cannot provide. You don't think I can discipline my children because I'm single?
The research is overwhelming that, look, I wish you the best. I wish all single mothers the best. I wish all single fathers the best. The question is a public policy question. And children are just much better off with a mother and a father.
Only because
and
of
the studies are overwhelming.
But wait,
Wait a minute. Hold on. I think children are better off with a healthy, loving father and a healthy, loving mother. But I will say that I did not have a healthy, loving father, and I wish that I did. And I do worry personally about becoming a mother and not having a father figure in the mix. It does keep me up at night. I do talk about it in therapy. But with that said, I also know that if you have a father who is not there for his kids, who is abusive, who is a deadbeat dad, then you're so lucky to have one parent that truly loves you, because I wouldn't be sane today if I didn't have my mom there for me every step of the way.
Sure, I mean, that's great, but I mean, this is the show called The Doctors, and you don't compare scientific evidence by either you have two parents and they're ex-murderers or a single mother. I mean, 90% of prisoners, juvenile delinquents, suicides, runaways are the children of single moms. And what I think is dangerous right now in America, something we haven't seen before, is this enthusiasm and encouragement for young girls, teenage girls, teen mom shows, and the woman's doing it on her own. It's women who consciously, by choice, decide, I'm going to have a baby and I don't need a man. That should not be encouraged.
I don't have a man and I want to have a child, so what would you tell me?
I'd say you're being very narcissistic.
Really? I'm adopting a child that has no loving parents of any kind.
There are plenty of married parents who are done. There are lists of married parents waiting to adopt babies with spina bifida, with torture children,
that don't have loving homes.
If she has money and she has a lot of love, that her child wouldn't have a future and wouldn't be the prison inmate that you said is what they turn out.
You're looking
so you're telling me that a married couple that is less evolved, that has less financial resources, that has less time to spend with the kid would be better than me, And I'm prepared to support, love, nurture, protect my child. Because they're married, that's absurd. You're not looking at the quality of the individual.
Okay, wait, no.
You're not, Anne.
I am the product of a single parent. And I am not a stripper. I am not a prison inmate. I went to medical school.
Look at smoking statistics. Most smokers will not get lung cancer, but if you look at it at the other end, how many people who get lung cancer were smokers? It's overwhelming. It's exactly the same.
So you two are going
There's lots of wonderful children. They're wonderful children.
This is so controversial. We do have to go to break. If you want to weigh in, go to thedoctorstv.com and comment on this controversial subject. The next subject may be equally controversial. Should birth control be free? We're going to tackle that and more as our in-depth look at sex in America continues right after this.